everyone. This is Jan from New York City, and my channel name is Jan from New York City Saves Money. Sorry about a little bit of a shaky cam here, but I could blame Hazel Burke for this. Who's Hazel Burke? Well, anybody over 50 probably knows what I'm talking about. Oop, there goes my oven signal, but we could ignore that for a second. I preheated my oven because I'm about to make these Ghiradelli double chocolate brownies. And what do I mean by Hazel Burke? Well, she's a character on a famous 1960 show called Hazel. And in her mind's eye, life is always better when you make brownies. She's 100% right. I have not had brownies in a long time. But I also didn't watch Hazel for a long time until recently. So in a recent episode of a couple of weeks back, she baked brownies. I said, that's it. Excuse me, please. I said, that's it. I have to do it. So I'm actually going to product review because one of the problems I've always had with certain mixes, I haven't tried this one yet, is that they don't rise high enough for me. One brand, I'm not sure if it was Duncan Hines or Betty Crocker, was actually superlative in their brownie mix. So I am curious to know, this is what the batter looks like. So far, so good. Thick, rich. It seems high enough. You put it in your 8x8. Love my 8x8. And the chocolate chips comes with this. So I like this. And we all know, well, a lot of us know, that Ghiradelli is a very high-grade chocolate. So just imagine high-grade chocolate chips in this brownie mix. It can't be bad. I mean, it just spells for a great recipe. So I'm going to blame Hazel Burke for this, but I will indulge slightly, and I will freeze the rest and give the rest away to a friend. And that's my way of making sure I don't overindulge. But everyone needs to have a little bit of brownie in their life. So let me put this in the oven. I'm going to put this in for 39 minutes. It says 325, 39 minutes to 40-something minutes, but I'm going to stop mine at 39. And let's see the end result. It can't be bad. Looking good. Aha, the moment we've been waiting for, what it looks like fresh from out of the oven. Now, it's hard to determine that from a photo, but trust me, this has risen over the halfway mark in my 8x8, which is a good sign. Sorry about the signal bell, which is a good sign that this has risen high enough to my standard of thickness of a brownie. Now, I don't know, maybe it's me. Should brownies be thick, or am I dreaming? I don't know. But even if it's not, let's just say it's not so thick. To me, of course, the main thing is how it tastes and the texture. But there was a product, it's very inexpensive, and they sell great corn muffins, and the flavor of their brownies are great, and they're very easy to make. But in my experience, it comes out too thinly. But it comes with a recipe to make a cheesecake that goes with this brownie at the same time. You may know the brand I'm referring, and it's really, really good. I have done that, so I give that a huge thumbs up considering the inexpensive cost. Now, I'm waiting for this to cool off, of course, and you get 16 slices. So I gather the smartest thing to do is cut this in fours, in quarters evenly, and then just make 4 slices per section, or 4 chunks, or whatever you want to call them, brownie bites, whatever you want to call them. That's not a bad idea, actually. I can actually make them smaller, because sometimes a person just wants a pop of sweetness without too much of it. Talk about a stretcher. You know what? I just gave myself a great idea there. When you buy brownie bites, the bites of brownie. Who says I can't do it with my own brownie? This is all Hazel Burke's fault. Actually, you can actually still find that show on Antenna TV. And on Saturday nights, it goes on at 8 o'clock my time. So for those of you who are nostalgic, along with shows like Father Knows Best, That Girl, to name a few, I really treasure my classic TV shows on a Saturday night. Anyway, with a brownie bite to go with it, with a cup of coffee, it can't be that bad. So I'm waiting for it to cool off. I will cut up a little piece
and you will hear my reaction to everything in a minute. Thank you.
Holy smoky. Does that not look good? Now look, I made a mistake. I started to cut it while it was still warm, so some of it crumbled off, okay? And the result was this, bit of separation here and a little crack on the top. But do you see? Can you see how gorgeous this looks? Hello. So rule of thumb, never cut brownies when they are still warm. Well, lesson learned. But I believe this is passing the Janet thickness test. This is just about the right thickness for me. Can you imagine this with either whipped cream or ice cream? I mean, Janet, now let's not go overboard, okay? So seriously, I could get carried away. This is all Hazel Burke's fault. Isn't it nice to me to keep blaming Hazel for this? But you see the chocolate chips like sticking through it? Okay, confession time. I did have a taste already before I put this piece down. Wow. Yeah. This gets a 3 star bonus review on this product. Yeah. Definitely check this one out. I wish I could remember the brand. This is about 10 years ago. That's how long ago I made that brand of brownies, the one in the red box. But I'm not sure if it was Betty Crocker or Duncan Hines. It was superlative. This one gets a super A+ in the flavor department, and it's really excellent. This also gets a very high thumbs up and the ease of making it. Now, I just got off the phone with Steve, and he makes his brownies from scratch. Now, one day I will be daring to do that. But for now, this is very, very, very good. Have any of you ever made brownies from scratch? Or what brand do you prefer? Is there any specific brand that you recommend? Sorry about the slight shaky cam. Because if there is a brand that you recommend highly, let me know. This is, after all, a product review. And by the way, this is not a sponsored ad. Just saying. This is just Janet, just reminiscing, I guess, how it felt to be a kid in the 1960s when, let's say, moms or aunts or uncles or whomever made a nice batch of brownies on a weekend. And in the meantime, this has been Janet from New York City. Thank you so much for watching this bonus upload. I had no clue that I was going to do this. I really had no intention of making a video. But when I was making this, I said, wait a minute, I have to share this with the folks. Have a great day, everybody. Try to catch those classic shows whenever you can. They really bring back a lot of wonderful memories for those of us of a certain age. Have a great day, everybody.